Okay, question 2. 2a. 6 times -4 times -3. So we can do that one by one. 6 times -4 will be -24 because positive times negative is negative. This dot means times. Negative times negative is positive, and then 24 times 3 will give me 72. So my answer is positive 72. B. -2 times -4 times -7. You see there are 3 negatives. So 3 negatives will just give me a negative answer because 2 of the negative will become positive, and then positive times negative will be negative. And now I can just multiply all the numbers together. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 7 is 56. So my answer is -56. C. 4 times -5 times 3. 4 times -5 is -20. -20 times 3 is -60. So my answer is -60. D. -4 times 2 times -8. -4 times 2 is -8. -8 times -8 is positive 64. And then E. 7 times 4 times -1. 7 times 4, positive times positive is positive. And then 28 times -1 will be -28. Because a positive times a negative is negative. -4 times 0 times -6. -4 times 0 will just be 0. There is no -0. So 0 is neither positive nor negative, and then 0 times -6 will still be 0. So 0 times anything will just be 0, really. -4 times -4 times -4. -4 times -4 is positive 16. And then positive 16 times -4 is -64. Because positive times negative is negative. H. 5 times -5 times -5 equals. So 5 times -5 is -25 because positive times negative is negative, and then negative times negative is positive. 25 times 5 is 125. So our final answer is just 125. I. 2 times -11 times -5. Positive times negative is negative, so 2 times -11 is -22. And negative times negative is positive, so 22 times 5 is 110. J. -3 times 12 times -4. -3 times 12 is -36. Negative times positive is negative. And then negative times negative is positive. 36 times 4 is 144. So our final answer is 144. That's it for question 2. I'll see you in question 3.